Jones. Moment one. The sounds of Everything is Everything by Lauryn Hill are heard as woman enters from stage right with a bucket filled with things that are considered a part of black life, ranging from hair grease to a bucket of fried chicken from KFC. She places the container to the stage left side of her. She sits down in a chair that is placed to the stage. She digs through the bucket and retrieves a purple box containing a hair relaxer. She looks at it, then to the audience. The music fades. She speaks.
This is a hair relaxer. The creamy crack. The black girl's perm. This is the best thing to ever be created for black women. This is for hair that is tough to comb and not even all of the hair grease, all of the hair mayonnaise, or whatever contain it. Well, according to my mom, I don't really have that type of hair. She would tell me all the time that I have a better grade of hair than most. Meaning that when I washed it every 2 weeks, because black girls don't need that shit every day, it's curly and doesn't draw up into a huge afro puff. No offense, girl. I've always had issues with my hair. I mean, thanks to growing up with white people, watching white people TV, I was only aware of straight white girl hair. I wanted my hair to be like theirs. I wanted to be able to go outside and have my hair blow in the wind. I wanted it to be able to flip it and twirl it and for it to be free. And that's what a hair relaxer does. As bad as it is for your hair, it relaxes the shit out of those kinks and that kitchen in the back of your head, and it turns your life into a shampoo commercial. The black girl version. I remember begging my mom for a relaxer when I was around 10, and she wouldn't do it. All she would say is that I didn't need one. But I did need one! At that point, I was on the verge of middle school and awkward faces were setting in. And if you didn't look right, your ass was put on the spot by the school bitches and made into minced meat. One day in my 7th grade chorus class, I was wearing a hideous sweatsuit and my hair looked like complete shit that day. My hair had become too thick over the years and impossible to maintain unless my mom styled it. She hadn't styled it that week, so I was forced to wear it in a ponytail. It looked like there was a rat on top of my head, and it was not combed very well. And the bitchy girls behind me whispered, but not really because they wanted me to hear.
Look, we can turn her over and sweep the floor of that coochie bush of her. Coochie bush.
That was my breaking point. I went home crying because the bitchy girls were really relentless that day, making fun of not only my hair, but my clothes too. I begged my mom for straight hair, but again, she wouldn't budge. A couple of months later, my grandmother came to my rescue, and hallelujah, praise Jesus, she put in my very first hair relaxer. I wanted to die because I was so happy. Oh my gosh, it was absolutely beautiful. I stared in awe as she mixed those ingredients together, and even though the smell is atrocious, it was heavenly. My grandmother parted my hair into 4 perfect sections and started spreading the cool pink cream in my hair, making sure to get every nappy ass nook and cranny that existed. She let the mixture marinate for a bit, and then she washed it out. And then afterwards, she started combing my hair, and I was speechless as I watched the comb go through my hair without stopping. Holy shit, it was gorgeous. When my hair was all dried and styled, it flowed beautifully down my back. I stared in the mirror for ages. Just admiring admiring my once curly and bushy hair was now straight and beautiful. I looked like those white girls in the shampoo commercials. It's sad, but I felt better about myself. My straight hair made me feel prettier.
Moment 2. I Am Not My Hair by India Ari is heard as woman stands up from the chair. She puts the relaxer back into the bucket with the rest of the props. She pulls out a stack of Post-its and sits back down. She reads something from each Post-it.
Let me preface this a little bit. As a black face in a majority white place, my choice, yes, I have had the distinct pleasure to hear some funny but side-eye worthy comments. Let's start, shall we? I now present to you dumb shit that is said to black people. I just love black women. I'm a black woman myself. I just left my spray tan at home. Really? What's up, my nigga? Oh, no, that's not racist. He's cute for a colored boy.
What?
So I read this article on why black people are so loud. My point exactly. Are you half white? Yes. I knew you were because you're so smart. Oh, wow, you speak so proper. I didn't know you were black when I spoke to you on the phone. Shit like this does bother me, but I never know how to react. Should I be mad or just laugh it off? I usually go with the latter because I want to avoid that angry black woman trope. Getting mad because of the man? Nuh-uh. I don't know how many times I've been the only black person in the room and the lights happen to go off and somebody says, "Oh no, where does Cherie go?" I am too light-skinned for that joke. Or how about this one time when I was talking to a friend who was about to be initiated in his fraternity and I said to him, "Hey, how does it feel knowing you're about to be a brother soon?" And somebody decides to be witty and says, hey, he can't be a brother because he's not black. What do I do with comments like that? I thought about it this way. I guess stuff like that is said because of the level of comfort people have with me. It's nice that people are comfortable around me, but some get so incredibly comfortable that they say, "Nigger," in front of me. I can't help but inwardly cringe at the comments, but I'll keep laughing or just pretend I didn't hear it because I don't think it would be too pretty if I got upset about it. And for some reason, I don't think I have the right to be mad about it.
Moment 3. More Beautiful Than Silence by K9 plays as woman crumbles up the Post-its and discards them in a container with the rest of the props and pulls out Christy doll, aka Black Barbie, and a Ken doll. She turns the chair so that it is at an angle with the back facing towards stage left. The music fades out. She holds up both of the dolls, one in each hand. She stares at them with a little smile on her face. She pushes them together as if she was going to make them kiss, but suddenly stops. She frowns.
Urban Dictionary defines jungle fever as an interracial relationship, usually between a white person and a black person. Some take this term as derogatory because it makes black people out to be as animals and that we are causing this disease or fever that is trapping white people.
Bullshit!
To be honest, the majority of guys I have been involved with have been white. I don't think they ever felt like I was trapping them with my blackness. Who comes up with this shit? Now, I like me a nice white man, and I'm sure I like me a nice black man too, if I ever got the chance to date one. Men are men after all. Are white men considered to be some sort of novelty? Is there something that is just so enigmatic about a white man? Is this where the issue comes from? Well, listen here. Ain't not a damn thing novel about a white man. They're just the same as any other man. You have the nice ones.
Hello.
The smart ones.
How do you do?
The stupid ones.
Hello.
The mama's boys.
Hi.
The jerks.
Sup, babe?
The everything. They just happen to be pigmentally challenged, that's all. I don't even know why I'm talking about this, since we're supposed to be living in some sort of post-racial society and all of that jazz. Thanks, President Obama.
2 terms!
But when I happen to go out on a date with a white man, I get the odd stare or two. You know the one. The one. Or the novelty one. I can't help but get annoyed, and all I do is get annoyed is because I suppress the urge to walk over to them and yell, "Would you be staring at him if he looked like Kuta Kinte?" What I don't. I just let them stare and keep enjoying that white man, because that's all that matters. This isn't the 1960s. I just wish people would get over themselves and mind their own business. Because there is nothing wrong with mixing a little bit of milk in your coffee. And how can anybody think anything is bad about this beautiful couple?
Moment 4. Jungle Fever by Stevie Wonder is heard as woman makes the transition into the next moment. She throws the dolls into the bucket and moves her chair into the next position. A man pulls out the next prop, a book called Stuff White People Like. Music fades, he speaks.
Stuff white people like. Diversity. Documentaries. Reusable shopping bags. Bicycles. Making you feel bad for not going outside. Expensive sandwiches. The Daily Show with Jon Stewart and the Colbert Report. Religions their parents don't belong to. Liberal arts degrees. Coffee. Threatening to move to Canada. Public transportation that is not a bus. Acoustic covers. Avoiding confrontation. The idea of soccer. Learning a new language. 80s night. And camping. There's nothing wrong with any of these things. I love them all. Yes, I will admit that I am guilty of uttering the occasional white people when I see them do some crazy things that I don't quite understand. But are we really all that different? I mean, who honestly enjoys riding on a bus next to some shady stranger?
Nah, man.
And I mean, who really doesn't enjoy a Kim Burns Civil War documentary? Whatever. As funny as this book is, it's terrible at the same time. It does exactly what the people before us did. Separates us. It draws that line between black people and white people and labels us and labels why we are different and how one group can never relate to another. Black people can't like expensive sandwiches. Black people can't enjoy an acoustic cover. And black people can't find that thrill in getting a liberal arts degree. When are we all just going to be people? This is why so much bad shit happens in this world, because we failed at finding a common ground. If we did that, then this book wouldn't exist.
Moment 5. Changes by Tupac plays, and man tosses the book in the bucket. She starts going to the bucket and smiles as she pulls out a stack of various scripts. The music fades, she speaks.
I am a black woman.
Oh my God, really?
I know, it was surprising to me too. It wasn't something that I quickly realized. It took me to college until I was fully aware of that. It was all thanks to an acting class I took. You see, we had this assignment to bring in a monologue that we thought we could play well. So I found a monologue and I practiced and practiced. I felt like I was on my shit. And then I'd go into the class and just rock it out. Somewhat true. I did well, I guess. But the very first words of criticism that I received from my professor, he said something like,
You are black.
This statement threw me into a complete loop. I'm black. This is totally new information to me. See, at the time I didn't understand the goal of the class, which was to expose ourselves to roles that we could actually play. So that meant that I couldn't bring in monologues that were written for young white women, no matter how good they were and no matter how well I could pull them off. And that put me into a bit of a dilemma because I had no idea where to start looking for monologues for my type. I straight up told the professor that everything is written for white people and wondered what exactly was out there for me. So I forced myself to dig through the shadowy depths of the internet and to find some things, and hey, I got introduced to some great African-American playwrights who actually wrote for African-Americans. But why couldn't I play roles originally written for a white woman in mind? I think that if it doesn't explicitly ruin the plot, the themes, and then a black person playing the role shouldn't be a problem. Yes. And this is when I realized that being a black actress sucks. Because you're stuck playing roles in a questionable Tyler Perry movie, as a traffic cop, as a maid, or the sassy sidekick. Ain't nobody sassy. I really hate to think that that's all that's out there for me. Because you're not going to hear me recite the lines, yes sir, anytime soon. Because ain't nobody got time for that.
Moment 6. Keep your head up by Tupac plays. He rummages around the bucket frantically. He is relieved when he pulls out a piece of folded notebook paper. He unfolds it. Music fades out.
This is the shit that black people say. It is what it is. What it do? You ain't about that life. There's too many black people in here. You feel me? Bitches ain't shit. We was rolling like 15 deep. Bye, girl. I'ma need you to have a seat. I'ma do me, and you do you, boo. I don't even know what half of this list means. This is Ebonics on another level. Or if you want to get technical, its official name is African American Vernacular English. Oh, we fancy, huh? It's society's way of putting class into black people speak. When I was in high school, black people, including my friends, would laugh at me if I didn't know what the Ebonics term of the week was. There was...
You correct.
Meaning you're mean. Or there was...
You wildin' out.
Which means you are acting crazy. I remember people going around saying the phrase,
I want to crack those cats.
and and I was so confused. What did clap those cakes mean? It took me forever to realize that they were subtly expressing their want of fucking someone. Cakes meaning butt cheeks, and clap meaning to have sex with. And that term was used for about a good year. I remember a student even saying that to a teacher, and she just laughed because she had no idea what he was talking about. Bless her heart. You know, I try to say things like, you feel me? Or, bitches ain't shit. But it doesn't seem natural. I feel like a fraud. A black guy who feels like a fraud for being black? Isn't that something?
Moment 7. Bees in the Trap by Nicki Minaj plays. Man takes another look at the paper and laughs again. He pockets the paper. A woman goes through the bucket. She pulls out a packet of Oreos. She opens them and pulls out one. She stares at it for a little bit. She speaks as the music fades out.
Here's the thing about Oreos. People only care about the middle. The chocolate cookies on either side of the delicious white frosting are a non-factor. I am an Oreo. Black on the outside and white on the inside. Well, according to some. This means that no matter how much I identify as black, I will always be known for listening to white people music, or watching white people TV, or speaking a specific white people dialect. What is white people dialect? Is it pronouncing my E's and R's? Or is it just sounding like I have common sense? Go talk to my mother about this. She's the one who taught me how to read. Blame her for the whiteness of my speech. The amount of internalized racism that builds up inside you when you get the comments,
You act white.
or
I like you because you don't act like a regular black person.
over and over again is insane. I started thinking, well, I guess that means that I don't act ghetto or uneducated. That's a terrible way to think. But what else am I supposed to do? What is my identity? A cookie? You know, one time I was told I sing like a white girl. I can't do anything without it be considering white. I remember being in the 8th grade when Rob Thomas of Matchbox 20 released a solo album, and I got it for the first time on the first day. And I was so excited, it was great. So I'm listening to it on the bus stop, and then someone asks me what I'm listening to, and I tell them. And they just laughed at me. They acted like it was the nerdiest thing in the world. Damn, they acted like I was singing some stuff like,
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
it's not unusual to be Liking Rob Thomas or other white people music isn't a crime. I like what I like, and if it gets my black card revoked, then so be it. I am proud to be black. It is who I am regardless of the music that I listen to or the people I choose to date. Every day I acknowledge my history and the leaders and dreamers that made it possible for me to be the least bit of free that I am today. I am just me. There is no right way to be black. And you know what?